Hello guys. So the first Death Knight talent tree has been revealed for Dragonflight for all three specs. So I'm going to go through of this. First of all, I'm going to show you how they look. So this is for Unholy, this part, this for Frost, and for Blood. Now, besides that, you have the Death Knight tree. This is baseline. So whichever spec you will go, you will have this talent tree, and this will be the baseline abilities which you can get. There are passive, of course, as well, abilities, but this is the main talent tree for Death Knight, so it doesn't matter which spec you play, you will put in talent trees on both left side and right side. On left side you will have 31 points, and on the right side you will have 30 points, which you will be spending. Since the maximum level will be 70, you must spend 8 points. Until here you have to spend 20 points so that you can continue filling out the talent tree. Of course, there are baseline where you start here as well. So if you pick Frost, like that you will be picking Frost talent tree, then you will start here. If you pick Blood, then you will be starting here with Deathstrike. If you pick Unholy, you will be starting with Raise of the Dead. Of course, you will be able to spec back here and take both Deathstrike and Anti-Magic Shield, and the same goes for, let's say, for Blood. You will be able to get Mind Trees, you will be able to get Chain of Eyes, or Death and Decay, Raise Dead. Depends how you're gonna build it. So I'm going to go back here. So just as I said, so baseline abilities. There are some that you get automatically. Those will be Death Coil, Death Grip, Rune Forging, Dark Command, Death Gate, On a Pale Horse, Path of Frost, Death and Decay, and Rune Strike. Now Rune Strike is, as you remember back in Wrath of the Lich King, I know you had this, doesn't matter what spec you played as a Death Knight. Now, let's look at the Blood Death Knight talent tree. Head Strike. That's the first ability we must take. Then we can choose between Marrow Rend and Blood Boil. Okay, in third row, we have Full Bulwark, nothing new. We have Crimson Scourge, nothing new, and Improved Blood Boil, giving you one more charge. Fourth row, we have Improved Bone Shield, Bone Shield increasing your haste, that's probably this one. Improved Head Strike, yep, increases the damage, okay. Blood Fortification, this one, stamina increased by 30%, damage taken reduced, okay, this is a good one, a defensive cooldown, and Rune Tap as well to reduce damage taken. Wow. Blood row, fifth row, we have Blood Tap, Reinforced Bones, increased armor gain from Bone Shield, okay. Bleaching Strike, Hair Strike heals you for 1.5 health for each enemy hit, while affected by Blood Plague. This is awesome for hitting multiple targets. Then we have Vampiric Blood, Hasty Bargain. When Crimson Scourge activates, you gain haste, okay, and we have Death's Caress. Reach out with Necrotic Tendrils, dealing shadow damage, applying Blood Plague to your target, and generating 2 Bone Shield charges. 6 seconds. 6-second cooldown, okay. Blood row 6, we have Blood Drinker, drains health from the target over 3 seconds. You can move, parry, dodge, okay, we know that. Consumption strikes on enemies in front of you, okay, we know that ability. Here we have a Choice Node, Mark of Blood, and Tombstone. Okay, we know those abilities. Choice Node, Miraculous, Death Strike's healing is increased, granting you Leech, okay, we know this one. Bloodworms, nothing new. Then we have a Relish in Blood. It's this one. So while Crimson Scourge is active, your next death and decay heals you for a small amount of health per bone shield charge, and you immediately gain 10 runic power. Okay, I think that's maybe even new. So in the 7th row, we have Ossuary. While you have at least 5 bone shield charge, the cost of death strike is reduced. Okay. Improve vampiric blood, increase healing, absorbs. Okay, we have hemostasis to increase the healing done. Yep, that's great. And Heartbreaker head strike generates additional runic power per target hit. That's not bad if you go for hard AoE. In 8th row we have Rapid Decomposition. Your Blood Plague and Death and Decay deal damage 15% more often. Additionally, your Blood Plague leeches 50% more health. Okay, Dancing Rune Weapon and Gorfin's Grasp. Good. 9th row we have Shattering Bone. When Bone Shield is consumed, it shatters, dealing damage to nearby enemies. This damage is tripled to enemies affected by Death and Decay. 2 rank talent. Heartrend, Third Strike, has a chance to reduce the runic power cost of your next Death Strike by 10 and deal additional damage. 20-40% damage based on your missing health. Okay, that's actually not so bad. So you will be dealing more damage when you have less health. Crimson Rune Weapon. Dancing Rune Weapon generates 5 bone shields, and when a charge of bone shields consumed, the cooldown Dancing Rune Weapon is reduced by 5%. Okay. Tightening Grasp, increased damage from you. Okay, and reduces cooldown. And Red Thirst, reduces the cooldown of Vampiric Blood by 10 runic power spent. Okay. Then we have final row, the 10th row, we have Bone Storm, Everlasting Bone, summons 1 additional copy of Dancing Rune Weapon. Cool. Purgatory, an unholy pact that prevents fatal damage. We know that. Unquenchable Thirst. While Vampiric Blood is active, store a portion of your Death Strike healing. When Vampiric Blood expires, splatter nearby enemies, dealing 100% of the stored healing as shadow damage. So let's have a look at the Frost Death Knight tree. So first ability is going to be Frost Strike. Then we go Obliterate, Holding Blast. 3rd row, Killing Machine. Each charge of Bone Shield increases your maximum health by 1%. What? Killing Machine. Each charge of Bone Shield increases your maximum health by 1%. This can't be right. Killing Machine makes your next Obliterate crit. This must be an error. Then we have Rhyme. Right here. Then we go Unleash Frenzy. Frost Strike increases your strength. Okay, runic command. Increase your maximum runic power. Okay. Then we have Improves Frost Strike, increased damage. And Remorseless Winter, drain the warmth of life from all nearby enemies. And additionally, it's gonna reduce their movement speed. That's awesome. I like it. Then we have Improved Obliterate, increase Obliterate damage by 10 and 20%. Love it. Pillar of Frost. Okay. And Holding Blast damage increase. Okay. 6th row, we have Choice Node. We have Frigid Executioner. Obliterate has a 10% chance to refund 2 runes. That's this one. Then we have Rage of the Frozen Champions. Braid has a 15% chance, increased chance to trigger Rhyme and Holding Blast. Okay, usual. Improved Killing Machine. So Obliterate also deals frost damage. Good. Then we have another choice node, Inexorable Assault and Cold Heart. Then another choice node, Avalanche or Frozen Pulse. That's more for AoE, I would say. Then we have Bitten Cold, increase Remorseless damage, okay. And Chill Streak, cost 40 runic power. Okay. Then we have the 7th row, Murderous efficiency, consuming the killing machine, 50% chance to grant you rhyme. Might of the Frozen Wastes, wielding a two-handed weapon increases obliterate damage by 30% and causes your auto-attack critical strikes to grant killing machine. Oh my god, this is gonna be nice. Finally, I think Frost is gonna be dealing a tiny bit more damage. So Enduring Strength, when Pillar of Frost expires, your strength is increased. This effect lasts 2 seconds longer for each obliterated frost skittle critical strikes during Pillar of Frost. Okay. Then we have Frost Whelp's 8, Pillar of Frost, summons a Frost Whelp, who breathes on all enemies within 40 yards in front of you for frost damage. Each unique enemy hit increases your mastery. Okay, Gathering Storm, Remorseless Winter, increasing damage, extending duration. Empower Rune Weapon. Empower Rune Weapon gains an additional charge if Empower Rune Weapon is not talented elsewhere on the tree. This grants 1 charge of Empower Rune Weapon. Okay, having 2 Empowered Rune Weapons. That means you can burst and burst. That's awesome. And then we have the choice note, Piercing Chill. Enemies suffer 5% increased damage from Chill Streak each time they are struck by it. And Enduring Chill, Chill Streak's bones range is increased by 2 yards, and each time Chill Streak bounces, it has a 20% chance to increase the maximum number of bounces. Oh, that's actually cool as well. It can bounce multiple times. So Glacial Advance in the 8th row. Bone Grinder. Consuming Killing Machine grants you 1% critical strike chance for 6 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. 5 stacks, your next Killing Machine consumes the stacks, granting you 10% increased frost damage for 10 seconds. Not bad. Everfrost. Increasing damage, stacking up to 10 times, okay. And Frost Sight, okay. 9th row, we have Cold-Blooded Rage. Frost Strike, critical strikes have a chance to grant Killing Machine 2 rank talent. Frostworm Fury. Summons a Frostworm who breeds on all enemies, dealing frost damage and slowing them. Okay. Invigorating Freeze. Frost Fury critical strikes increase the chance to grant runic power by an additional 5-10%. And then the final row, we will have Obliteration. By Pillar of Frost is active, Frost Strike and Holding Blast always grant Killing Machine, and I have a 30% chance to generate a rune. And then we have Ice Cap, Absolute Zero, Frostworm cooldown reduces and freezes. This is gonna be great for PvP. And Breath of Sindragosa. Let's have a look at the Unholy Dead Knight tree. So here we have in the first row Festering Strikes. Okay, Scourge Strike in the second one, and Improve. Raise that so that your goal is permanent. Okay, third row, Sudden Doom and Outbreak. Fourth row, we have Replenishing Wounds. When Festering Wound pops, it generates an additional 3 runic power. Improved Festering Strike, so the damage increase. Infectious Wound, Festering Strike has a 20% chance increase to apply additional Festering Wounds. And Epidemic. Good. Fifth row, we have Improved Scourge Strike, increased damage, Sudden Doom, to accumulate 2 charges and a bigger chance to proc. Okay. Dark Transformation and Dead Coil, reduce the runic power cost of Dead Coil by 5 or 10 runic power. This is great. Sixth row, we have Clawing Shadows, deal shadow damage, causes 1 Festering Wound to burst. Pestilence, death and decay damage has a 10% chance to apply a Festering Wound. So we have Choice Note, Unholy Pact, which increases your strength, and you know from Shadowlands, it was that chain of fire between you and your pet. The file. Okay, we have Bursting Swords. Bursting of Festering Wound deals 25% more damage and deals shadow damage to all nearby enemies. Deals reduced damage beyond 8 targets. That's this one. This choice node, and Virulent Plague deals 15% more damage over time in half the duration. Then we have Infected Claws for your pet to apply a festering wound. We know that. And all will serve. You raise that spell summons an additional skeletal minion. Nothing new. So 7th row will be Pestilent Pistols. Festering wound has a 10% chance to grant you running corruption. Unholy Command. Damage dealt by Deathcore reduced the cooldown by Dark Transformation. Okay. Army of the Dead. Summons a legion of ghouls who surrounds your enemies, fighting anything they can for 30 seconds. Improve Deathcore, increase damage, and it's gonna hit on one additional nearby enemy. Reaping, your Soul Reaper's Curse Strike, Festering Strike, and Deathcore deal 20% additional damage to enemies below 35%. This is great. Well for PvP and PvE. Unholy row, 8th row. Death Rot, sudden nuke your Deathcore to burst up to 2 additional festering wounds. Increases the shadow damage the target takes from you by 4% per wound popped for 6 seconds. This is pretty good, I would say, for PvP. Not bad. So you can burst festering wounds even with your Deathcores. Apocalypse, best for PvP. It's gonna summon an army of the dead ghoul. 15 seconds for each burst festering wound, bursting 4 wounds. Unholy Blight, surrounds yourself. We know this ability, it's gonna stack up to 4 times, dealing AoE damage. 9th row we have Festermite, popping a festering wound increases your strength. Okay. Frenzied Monstrosity. Morbidity. Diseased enemies take increased damage, but diseased they are affected. Okay. Holy Aura. All enemies within 8 yards take increased damage from your minions. And then in the last row we have Unholy Assault, Army of the Dead, and Summon Gargoyle. Now definitely gonna go as an Unholy for Unholy Assault. So thanks for watching. I put the link in the description. This new talent system doesn't really look bad. I think it's much better than having those borrowed powers and letting people just build their classes the way they wish. So I really look forward to it, and I will probably start uploading videos, especially PvP, once it launches, and sometimes even PvE. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.